Do you, I'll start with you first, Vince Champion. Do you support the Fair Tax Act? Assuming you know what it is. I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying they say as written as the only tax reform for the U.S. Why or why not?
Yes, I would support it because basically what it says, fair tax. Everyone pays the same. So yes, I would support it.
What about that, Mr. Costello? Some people say, well, that's not fair. It's going to hurt the poor. What's your take on that?
Then they haven't read it.
All right.
The fair tax is not the same for everybody. It's we pay the same for everything we buy. There's a prebate, and then what that says is if it costs $20,000 to live on a meager subsistence level, you're going to get ahead of time, not paid back. You're going to get ahead of time the amount of tax it covers that $20,000. So the first $20,000, whether you make $1 million or make $25,000, the first $20,000, you'll pay no consumption tax on that. I fully support the fair tax. It is not only fair, it is equitable, it is reasonable, it is necessary. To answer that question, I would say no to it though. I'm probably one of the strongest fair taxers in the room, but that's not the only reform we need. That's the first one.
You know, what's fair about theft? I mean, you know, here's the thing, right? Okay, so the problem, first of all, this is federal legislation. We're running for state, but okay, let's talk about fair tax. Here's my problem with the fair tax. First of all, the bill as it is currently written does not repeal the 16th Amendment. It does not repeal federal income tax. Okay, that to me is very important, and here's the reason. Because when we were given the income tax all those many years ago, we were told XYZ. It would only be a small percent of portion and only these people would pay and it would be this limit, so on and so forth. Well, the wheels of government have a tendency of turning a little bit out of control, and within a few years, it was up into the 70 percentile, okay? As long as I don't see the 16th Amendment removed at the same time or before, I do not support the bill as currently written. Now, do I feel that consumption tax is a less evil form of theft than, say, property or income? Yes, I do, okay? But as far as the fair tax as it is written, no, I do not support it.
All right, here's the question. Position on school board upper management payroll issues, along with Volusia County, is the question that's being asked. They have approximately 12 individuals who make more than the governor of Florida. I think it would be a school board in that state. But go ahead, I'll let you talk.
Well, it's interesting. Now we're going to talk about school board bureaucracy. Something quick here. Whichever one of us you decide to go up against the Democrat in November, who is the deputy superintendent of schools. My daughter recently asked me. She said, "Dad, who would you be running? Who's the Democrat candidate?" I said, "Well, that's Tim Booth." And she looked at me and she said, "Isn't that the guy that shot Lincoln?" I said, "No, that's John Wilkes Booth." So in my daughter's eyes, I'm going up against the Lincoln's assassin. But look, again, right? That's that layer of bureaucracy that's at that's the.
Can you turn off the recorder back there?
Okay. That's that layer of bureaucracy that feeds on tax dollars. Six-figure salaries, benefits, so on and so forth. I don't even remember what the question is anymore, but I'll tell you this. The problem with government at all levels is that there is that layer of bureaucracy that is not efficient, that siphons money away from where that money needs to go to, and it needs to be addressed.
Yes.
As I said, again, the 65% rule, I'm definitely in favor of that. It goes directly to the classroom, not administrative people. Now, I'm not sure where you got to figure that, but I do have the salaries of the school board, and actually there are 32 people who make $90,000 or above and never put a foot in the classroom. And I'm looking down here trying to figure out exactly, got a director of staff development. I'm not quite sure what the job is. And just so you know, that director of staff development makes $106,349. So yeah, we are definitely top heavy. Again, there's 32 positions right now look at and see if we've got some duplication in there, that we can remove some of those. And a lot of places want to start at the lower level. They want to look at the teachers that are making $35,000, $40,000 and say, you're the ones that need to go. Why are we looking at $100 and something thousand? You can hire 2 or 3 teachers for $100 and something
So why is it that the only group of people, and no offense if you are a teacher, Rick, or I cover this a lot on the show, why is it the only group of people out there that don't think we're in a recession is usually school unions and government employees?
Because they haven't been effective. When we cut Ormond Beach, when Ormond Beach had a 0% increase, which was very unpopular with our unions, our commission, at my suggestion, took a 10% pay cut. We wanted our workers, who are outstanding, to know that we're feeling the pain with them. Government needs to know that in private enterprise, there's a recession, and too many of our government people don't know that. And yes, I support reform, especially those people that are on the drop program. I'm against it. We don't need that. We need to get rid of the things that allow people to come back and make amazing amount of money and set aside all kinds of dollars. The legacy costs I talked about earlier, they're killing us. We got to get rid of them.
Yeah. All right, keep that in mind when you're talking about I'm asking quite a few of these. Where do you, well, they already asked the Second Amendment. Why, well, I'm going to ask this question because I'm getting quite a few of these. Why are people asking you about your relationship with Bloomberg, gun control outfit? Is that something that came up in the papers? Would you explain what's going on?
Bloomberg's an idiot. But Mayors Against Illegal Guns supports law enforcement. I look forward to the day when I start as your representative so that I'm not a member of that anymore. But I will not quit something because of political pressure. Do I agree with everything that group has done? Absolutely not. But do I agree with everything the NRA does, of which I'm a member? Absolutely not. I will do everything I can to protect Ormond Beach, to support law enforcement while I'm there.
All right, we got to finish this up. We got a question. David, right here. We got some more. Right there.
Can I respond to that real quick? Only one.
Go ahead.
Okay. The only thing that I would like
I got a real question. Go ahead.
The only thing I'd like to say about that is, Mayor, you're saying you do support that Bloomberg's in it. You've said that twice now, and 2 things we've been at. But you've got emails that you've received from William Swanson, who happens to be in the mayor's office. You get your talking points from the mayor and his office. So how are you not affiliated with that? And why do you say that the mayor's an idiot if you're listening to him?
I don't agree with him going into another state and trying to have a covert operation about guns. That was ludicrous. He was an idiot. The Mayors Against Illegal Guns is not a Bloomberg organization. He's one of the founders. The Mayors Against Illegal Guns has 500 and whatever some mayors, and I agree with the stated principles. Somebody go on the website. Any of you that wonder about this, go under Mayors Against Illegal Guns and read the principle. Don't read what somebody else says it stands for. Read what it stands for. That's what I support. Only what it stands for, not what somebody else says it stands for.
I would just like to encourage you to do that because if you do go on the website, you'll find that both Senators Clinton and Senators Obama support Mayor Against Illegal Guns.
And President Bush supported those things, same things.